Yo, what is going on? Wanted to go ahead and record a really quick video, and this is a little bit different than a short reel or a TikTok. This is a little bit of a longer form video. And this is more of just to connect with you guys. This isn't trying to trigger the algorithm. This isn't trying to, gain views and exposure like some of the other content, that I produce. But I really would just want to have a one-on-one conversation, with any of you that have been following on, with my own process, my entrepreneurial journey over the past couple of years. And I say past couple of years, it's growing into half a decade at this point, 5 years. But recently I've been putting out a lot more fitness content, and, I decided that just let me go and preface this. Just saying that makes it sound like I'm transitioning into the fitness space, and I'm not. I'm not a fitness coach. I help people with their personal brands. I run a public relations firm. I wrote a book. I'm not doing anything in the fitness space, but it is an aspect of my life that I really began to miss dearly. And it is something that over the pandemic, I got lazy, got a girlfriend, got more money, started eating out, and, really just got myself into a place to where I lack the confidence, I lack the responsibility, I lack the ownership to get into shape. And I'm also not going to do some before and after photo and, try to lose weight for clout, no offense. But it is something that I realized that I miss the benefits of it, and not just staying in shape and being healthy, and seeing those physical results and those benefits, but more so the spiritual and the emotional benefits of being outside in nature. And, I would argue and say that, in general, working out has therapeutic properties about it. It allows you to exercise and get the blood flowing. You have the release of dopamine and all the other, happy chemicals in your brain. But working out in a gym is not the same as working out in Mother Nature. And I'm grateful, that I'm in Arkansas and I moved here, and I have all of these. This is a park in the middle of the city, and it is a huge, 100-acre, park. And I would say that that is more therapeutic than being in a gym, although it is great. So I consider that being in nature is my therapy, and it allows you to really get into your own thought process. And I recently introduced a new consultant to Mashman Ventures, and she's really big on ecotherapy, being in the environment and getting the benefit of being in nature. And I cannot speak more highly of that and how much I align with that idea, because anytime I've been in my head, anytime that I've had a lot going on, I could go out for a walk, go into a park, go into the woods. Growing up camping and being in Boy Scouts was a huge part of my life. And it was something that going into adulthood, I didn't put any importance on. And that is problematic looking back, because it's like I ripped apart an aspect of my person, of my life, of the things I enjoyed, and stopped pursuing it. And I think that that is what a lot of us do. And I don't see why we can't have it all. And there's the Drake song, Can't Have Everything, but honestly, more times than not, we can have a lot more than we give ourselves credit for, or that we think we can have. And so being in nature and not having to really worry about coming into face to face with anybody, and anybody that you do run into is on the trails, they're like-minded, it gives me the opportunity to get inside of my own thoughts in a healthy way without obsessing over the things of being behind the computer or the stressors of business. And it allows me to get clarity. And I would encourage that you find that thing for you. Now, I have nothing against traditional therapy and going and consulting and, going to a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I have nothing against that. But for me, I've never been able to connect with the idea of sharing my issues with another person. And I say that in a very self-aware way, because I understand the things that I might be traumatized by. I understand the things that are pressing. I understand a lot of my behaviors, and a lot of that can be found through introspection and through reflection of self, and being able to calm your body in that state. And being in that state, I don't know the technical term for it, but it's like when you're in the shower, you have some of your best ideas because your body is the calmest. Your body is able to relax and get into that creative space. And walking is that creative space for me. It is that space to where, and by walking, I mean being in nature and going on a hike with a 40-pound vest. But regardless, my point stands, and again, now it is more about maintaining those routines and building that lifestyle around what I want it to look like. And not trying to be let me take a cold bath because some guru online tells me to take a cold ice bath, or, going outside, but to do it because I really feel damn good about it. And I think that there's a bunch of lessons, that can be found in that of itself, of really developing something to where you're optimizing every area of your health, not just because somebody told you to do so, but because you understand the benefit that it is going to present for you. You know, and even before this walk, I told my girlfriend, I'm like, I was sitting in the kitchen on my phone, downloading a podcast, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. 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 But if not now, then when? And guys, if not now, then when is what I'm going to leave you with. And if you need to go out and, do some self-therapy, by all means, give yourself the validation to go out and do that. And also recognize when you're bullshitting yourself. And that's something that, I did for a little while. And I was aware of it. And you could see that in content that I would produce. You would see that in things that maybe I was not talking about that I previously talked about, or even something as like not putting my sleeves down because I was ashamed of the weight I gained, or because and it wasn't the weight. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of people focus too much on the weight and they don't focus on why they gained the weight to begin with. And that's something that I started to think about. And it's like, sure, I gained weight. I know I can lose the weight off. That's fine. Like, I was a chunky ass kid growing up. I lost all that weight. I got into really great shape. And it's not that I gained the weight. It's that I lost the willpower. It's that I lost the ambition. It's that I lost the self-control. It's that I lost the discipline. That right there is so much more important than gaining weight or the weight you gained, because you focus on improving those things and taking maybe a cold shower at the end of a hot shower, or going out for a walk when you don't want to do it, or making a sales call when you don't want to make a sales call, or sending an email, or following up on the notifications. These are all things that I've been flawed on, things that I have fell short on, but you focus on the characteristics of yourself and improving yourself, the weight is going to fall off. You're going to feel better. And then that creates this self-fulfilling prophecy in a good way, not a bad way. And so guys, what is your therapy? What is the thing that you could do to feel better about yourself, and to get better results, and to build your character, and to really be able to stop putting off the things that you were putting off in the past and saying, oh, this is my year. Well, guess what? It's April. How are those New Year's resolutions going? Point exactly. So hope that you guys can connect with something I talked about in this video. And, I'll leave you with that question, if not now, then when, number one. And the second question is, what is your therapy? What is the thing that can bring you peace, or to give you clarity, or to help you get into that creative space? Time to finish up this walk. Much love.